Episode 4 Countdown Timer. Sup guys, LT here. In preparation for this episode, make sure you have the 2 sprites required for this episode. The first one is the tens place for the time, and the second is the ones place for the time. I'm just scrolling through all the costumes that you need for both of these sprites, so make sure you have those good to go. And this episode is divided into 3 sections: start screen, timer, and game over. So let's start with the start screen. All right, as you can see, we have 2 new sprites. One is called the play button, which I'm clicking on right now, and there's also a start screen. I created the start screen by just bringing together the elements I already created in this game and copying it and putting it together so it looks like the game start screen. And I made it go to the front of all the layers in this project by using the go forward layer block, and I just kept clicking it until it went to the front. And I made sure when green flag is clicked, go to 0, 0 and show. And for any other sprites, I wanted to make sure that it's behind the start screen and the play button. And so I tried to remove the use of the go to front layer from all of the sprites and only used go to front layer with the play button. It's really important to do this if you have a lot of different layers and you want to make sure that the play button is the frontmost layer. For every other layer, you can use go forward or go backward layer block to manipulate where the layers live in your project. So the play button, when the green flag is clicked, goes to the front layer. And it shows when this sprite is clicked, it broadcasts the play button clicked message, and then it hides and the game starts, as you can see. All right, so if we have all of that ready, let's code the timer. So the first thing we need to do is go to variables, make a variable, and we're going to call this time. When the green flag is clicked, time is going to be set to 0. Note that we're doing all of this within the time sprite right now. Now, when the play button is clicked, it broadcasts the play button clicked message. And when the time sprite receives this message, the time is going to be set to 30 because we're creating a 30-second timer. And so we're going to wait 1 second. And for every 1 second, we're going to change the time by -1. So it's going to start at 30 seconds, 29, 28, 27, and keep going until it hits 0. And once that is done, we're going to set game over to 1. Now, when game over equals 1, the rain is gonna stop falling because we coded the rain in a previous episode to stop when game over equals 1. So let's see. Got 3 seconds left. 2, 1, 0. And as you can see, the rain has indeed stopped. So now that we know that the timer is working properly, let's code the tens place for the time. So when green flag is clicked, we're going to make sure that the tens place of the time is going to be shown if the length of time is bigger than 1. So if that is the case, show. If not, please hide. And we want the costume to switch to letter 1 of time. That's right. And we need the forever block to be right there. So as you can see, the tens place is indeed working, but we need to code the ones place as well to make sure the timer works together. So when green flag is clicked, we're gonna use the if then block, and we're gonna say if time is smaller than 10, then switch costume to letter 1 of time. That's right, the first letter of time. Otherwise, we need to switch costume to letter 2 of time, and we're going to do this forever. So here we go again. Here we go. So the tens place and the ones place has been coded properly, and we're going to hide the time variable now because we don't need it. Our game can tell us the time without the time variable. So we can go ahead and turn that off. And so we have the scoreboard, we have the time. Let's just see what else we can do here. Let's see. Let's do something when the game ends. Let's broadcast a message that says game over when the game has ended. And we'll broadcast that message under the time sprite. And for Snail 2, when I receive the game over message, let's make it say something to the player. So there is some interaction between the snail and the player. So what could it say? Maybe like, the rain is gone, because the rain is gonna stop at the end of the game. And how could we make this game a little bit more personal? Maybe we could... we could use the username, and we could actually, we could say, the rain is gone, username. So if the player's username is Ottiya, it would say, the rain is gone, Ottiya. And then we can say, thanks for playing the game. And how about, have a great day. And that'd be a nice message. So let's make sure that's working. Here we go. The time is ticking down. Let's just fast forward it so we can just quickly check that it's working well. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Snail 2 is saying the messages that we have programmed. And that's awesome. I'm just gonna make a couple changes with the design and the illustrations for this project. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create 2 backgrounds. So right now there's only 1 backdrop, but I'm gonna create 2. The first one is gonna be a cloudy sky that we're gonna use when the game starts. And then we're gonna use the blue sky when the game is over. So when green flag is clicked, we're gonna use this costume. Let's rename it Cloudy Sky. And then when the game is over, we're gonna switch to the blue sky. And so that'd be easy to do. We can just do, when I receive game over, switch backdrop to blue sky. And this is completely optional. I mean, everything here is optional, but this part in particular, you could make it kind of slowly change into the backdrop color. Maybe play around with change color effect or ghost effect. You could experiment and see what you like. Let's see what happens if we do change color effect. 5, 5 before switching to the backdrop. Okay, kind of looks like there's thunder in the sky or something. I don't know if I really like that, but let's just keep it that way for now. Another thing I wanted to do is just change the color of the ground a little bit and make it a little bit darker so it looks more like the ground, because right now it's yellow and it looks kind of like cheese or something. So let's just make it a little bit darker. But now that it's darker, mm, I mean, it looks okay. I think the mushrooms maybe I should change the stems of the mushroom. They're kind of darker now, so I'll just make it brighter. Much better. They stand out much better that now that we've made it brighter. And yeah, that's basically it for today's episode. I hope you guys had fun. Don't forget to share your progress with us by going on Twitter and tagging at Ottiya_global, hashtag Ottiya coding. And in the next episode, we're going to wrap up by creating a high score and making little final touches to the game. So I'll see you guys next time. Until then, take care and bye, guys.